Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode number 51 for a health channel, Health Mitra. And my name is Tina Ratra. I'm going to be the host for today. I'm into agrotourism. My place name is Sadabhar Moments. It's placed in a beautiful valley of Mulshi between Mumbai and Pune. Uh, we're very happy and fortunate that we've been into business for the last 13 years. And I'm more happy that today I will be having a chat with Jyotinder Zaveri, who's going to be telling us a little bit more about his journey and more into the meditation space. So, very good morning, Jyotindra Zaveri ji.
Good morning, Tina. So happy to see you. Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So, Jyoti ji, as we continue our journey forward, today I would like to discuss more about the mantra. What is this mantra all about?
Oh, yes. I am happy you pronounce this as mantra and not mantra because many people, this English spelling is sometimes confusing. So we should call it mantra. And even yoga, or people pronounce it yoga, we should pronounce as yoga, right?
So,
So
so
mantra, yeah.
is there a difference if you call it mantra or you just call it mantra?
No, I mean this is the correct pronunciation,
Okay.
mantra. All these words were in our ancient scriptures, which were written thousands of years back. They are normally in Sanskrit and Prakrit, Ardhamagdi, Pali. So there are people who have translated this into Hindi and English, and so when people read in English, especially outside India, they pronounce yoga and mantra. So we should,
Hmm.
at least in India, we know it is mantra. So we should pronounce mantra. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
So,
So,
coming back to your question about mantra,
hmm,
so mantra is described as either a raft or a bridge on which the meditators cross over the river of life and eventually reach the other shore, the state of highest consciousness. So it's a kind of bridge to travel, and this is a very good remedy also. You see, therapeutic point of view, mantra can treat many disease and many shortcomings. You can acquire a lot of virtues, right? Yeah,
mhm.
that's
Oh,
what mantra is all about, Tina.
wow, wow. So, is there any relation between mantra and meditation?
Absolutely. Uh, Mantra is part of meditation. You see, when we talk about meditation, there are so many steps. In that, we also repeat certain special words, and that is what mantra is. So, mantra is basically a word or a phrase. Basically, it's a sound, it's a syllable. It
Mm-hmm.
may be a set of words. These are very special words. And the person who is doing meditation, the seeker, according to this guideline given, and then when they practice meditation, they will repeat these words. See, there is a science of both subtle and profound. So
Mm-hmm.
when we are doing the mantra, when we are repeating the mantra, it is creating certain vibration in our subtle body. So we have our gross body and we have subtle body, and that is how the mantra works. It leads to some state where the meditator allows the mantra to repeat itself internally and most deeply and subtly possible. So we start speaking aloud, and then we speak in our mind, and then the sound becomes so low in the mind, and it should be slow. So this is how the mantra is done, and the goal is to give the mind an internal focus, a point of concentration, so that
Hmm.
it does not continue its normal scattered pattern. Our mind is normally wandering. So
Yeah.
because of mantra, then it is concentrating on that particular syllable or that sound only. So this technique allows the mind to quiet itself and become still and followed properly, right? So there are three parts of mantra power actually.
Three
Yes.
parts. I
Oh,
never knew that. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
yeah, sure. So, you see, these three parts are determination of the goal. So, first of all, you need a goal for mantra. Why you are chatting? For what? There can be 100 mantra, and for each mantra, there is a reason, there is a special therapeutic power. So, first thing we decide is what is it that we want to achieve by mantra? What is the goal? The second thing is the wavelength. The like any sound, science,
Mhm.
we have learned that sound is a wavelength, it's a frequency. So that wavelength is also important. How loud or how you are chanting that, how many times you are repeating that, and how concentration you are.
Mhm.
And third aspect of mantra power is the emotion. You see, the emotion plays a very big role, and that decides the actually effect of mantra. So these are the three parts of mantra which we need to understand.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Tina.
So if I hear you say, what I hear you say is that if I have a goal in my life and I have an intention to achieve it goal, so there is a specific mantra for that.
Absolutely.
And right? Oh
Absolutely.
wow, I didn't know that. I thought, there's just one mantra which can be said universally and we will all achieve what we want to.
Right, right.
So if
There
you
are
can,
over 100
Mhm.
mantras. Yeah.
Oh wow, oh wow. So if you can elaborate a little bit on the science behind mantra that you just mentioned.
Right. Ritika, this is a very important question. I'm glad you asked this. Basically, you see, the all this meditation and mantra and yoga, these are all very, very scientific. Probably it was never presented from the science point of view. Almost all religion talk about mantra, but then if we understand the science behind it, we will be able to also practice it nicely and more confidently. Uh,
Mhm.
so we need to understand this science. Let me explain. Basically, the mantra is based on the science of resonance. See, let's take an example.
Yeah.
Uh, you see, in science laboratory in school, I remember we had a tuning fork. You know,
Hmm.
the tuning fork is used to understand the sound frequency. You can measure that wavelength, right? So let's say you have two tuning fork, and one tuning fork you just vibrate. You'll be surprised. The other tuning fork will also start vibrating.
Oh.
Okay, so that is called resonance. Resonance, and this demonstrates, this proves that the sound energy can travel from one object to another object, even if they are not connected.
Hmm.
And that is what happens when we are repeating certain special words, that is mantra. The sound energy which is generated
Mhm.
when you are talking about the mantra, when you are speaking the mantra, that sound energy vibrates, and that affects our endocrine system. You see, all our emotions are coming from various ductless glands. So this is scientifically proven. In some of our previous episodes, we have discussed more about this, about the endocrine systems and various psychic centers. In some books, it is called chakra. In some
Hmm.
books, it is called kendra. But if you ask a medical doctor, basically it is science says that it is ductless glands. Like for example, thymus, thyroid. pituitary, pineal. These are
Mm,
the
mm.
glands which secretes hormone, and all our emotions are controlled by that hormone. And the speech, the action, the thought comes much later. This is such
Mm.
a powerful chemical messenger. And this mantra, when we recite, it influences these particular points, the psychic centers. The pituitary gland is also known as third eye. In many scriptures, it is mentioned about third eye, which is very powerful, and we have learned, we have discussed about that. But basically, mantra is influencing that pituitary gland, and this is the science behind it. So what I mean to say is, let us understand the power of resonance. That is
Mm.
what sound science says. The resonance is what happens when we are chanting the mantra, the vibration reaches to our center. So this is
Oh.
if the science behind it, and the mantra can be chanting in a word or group of words, and these are special words. Basically, these are unique words, Tina. Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm really curious, Jyotindra ji, to if you can give us a few examples of the mantra, so it's easy for us to understand.
Oh, yes. So, you see, I have a book which has some 100 mantras.
Okay.
Okay. So, for different reason, different goal, you can use certain mantra. So, this book tells for each, like for example, if someone is not able to sleep, you
Mm-hmm.
see, insomnia or sleep anemia. So these are sleep related disorders, and
Mm-hmm.
the root of this is emotion, suppressed emotions. Okay, but a medical doctor will normally treat that with sleeping pill, and the person will feel happy that yes, I'm able to sleep. But maybe by taking pills, these medicines, we are creating some other problem. So
Correct.
for sleep, there are mantra, and these are special words basically. So say for example, Om is a great mantra. Just chanting Om, Om,
Just
Om,
Om.
Om, yeah. You can start chanting it loudly, and then slowly reduce the volume, and then chant it in the mind only. So Om is a great mantra. Like
Mm-hmm.
that in almost every religion. I don't want to bias with any specific religion because we're talking about scientific meditation. But the important thing is that you need to check that mantra regularly and under
Mm-hmm.
guidance. So, if for each mantra, whether you need to chant 108 times or 10,000 times or so on, so that affects the entire process. So, one should know the goal, why you want to chant the mantra. So, for example, Om is just one syllable, and
Mm.
then that Om, Rim, Arham, Swing, Swaha. Now, these words, some it's not very common word. We don't say cling or Om or Reem.
Yeah.
Reem is a very powerful syllable. Okay. So when we chant all these words, it affects the ductless glands and the hormones are secreted. So that is what the mantra science is. So
Wow.
and we should know the purpose. We should also know the center where you want to concentrate while chanting the mantra. Some mantra we chant on the center of the eyebrows. Some mantra we chant on the center of the forehead. So it
Oh.
depends on what purpose we have, and then chant the mantra. And also is one more aspect when we are chanting mantra is color meditation. You see, there
Color
are
meditation.
color meditation. So there are five bright colors. Visualizing these colors and chanting the mantra will have a profound effect on the personality and all these emotions can be controlled. The anger, for example, someone is angry, there's no easy injection or medicine available. And we
Hmm.
have seen a person becomes angry irrespective of qualification. Person may be a PhD or MBA or illiterate, but this is, in other words, these are not function of intelligence. That's why today, in interview, people talk about IQ as well as EQ,
EQ. Hmm.
emotional quotient. Okay,
Correct.
so both are required. One is intelligence, the other is wisdom. Both are required. Okay, so here in the scientific meditation system, we are talking about that wisdom part. You see,
Hmm.
there are so many things to learn about this. And Tina, basically, I conduct, a proper workshop.
Okay.
I've been treating patients overseas also, and with very good results, right? So one
Oh.
has to learn. One has to learn. So this is a 10 hours plan, and you can have 2 hours, 5 sessions, and or 5 hours, 2 sessions over weekend. But one has to understand the entire process.
Yes.
Another very important thing about mantra is that the body should be absolutely relaxed.
Hmm.
Okay, when we are doing the meditation, the first thing we do is relax our body. Okay, and that is achieved. How relaxation is achieved? The relaxation is achieved by auto suggestion method. We concentrate and starting from the big toe of your right foot
Mm-hmm.
and visit each muscle and relax the top of the head. So once the relaxation state is there, so I would call it complete relaxation with full
Hmm.
awareness. Well, many times people who are relaxed, they doze out, they go to sleep. That should not happen, Tina.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So this is in brief, because our time is pressing. I have
Hmm.
just briefly explained about the mantra, and there is one more thing which we need to understand and make it a regular practice is breathing exercise. So we have been discussing number of breathing exercise. There are four important breathing exercise, but I would say the pranayam is a good breathing exercise. And you see, you inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So
Hmm. Hmm.
this kind of breathing exercise will also help and make the mantra very effective. You see, so yeah, in fact, I have understood that it works. I have experienced that it works. I have been practicing this. I have learned from some learned people, like my father and my brother has been practicing this and teaching this for last 10 years. So we
Oh.
have learned, and then we are now in position to share this secret science of meditation. Yeah. So, Tina, we have some feedback here from Giriraj. Oh, yes, as a Rotarian from Ahmedabad. Yes.
So he's
Yeah.
mentioning breathing resolves many of diseases and makes life easier.
Oh, yes, that's right, Giriraj. You said it nicely. This is important that we give importance to breathing. Even a simple thing like deep breathing is important. You see, slow and deep breathing, rhythmic breathing is a very good therapeutic effect, right? So we need to thanks Giriraj for putting a comment. We have one Facebook user also. The name is not displayed, but yes, he has mentioned a nice feedback here, Tina. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. He's given the feedback in Hindi. regarding the mantra and its uses. I know, when I was little, or even now, when I'm working or I'm very highly stressed, I just breathe and we say, just recenter yourself and start again. So, what you're saying really resonates with me because, recentering yourself and starting helps you, rethink. It opens up your mind. But I really never knew that, with the mantra also, that there are so many parts. A lot of times we just believe, that there is one mantra and you just chant it, and, you can sit and then it's nice to fall asleep. But what you're saying is you need to be awake, and not fall asleep.
Yeah, Tina, see what has happened is all this meditation and mantra or relaxation uh, brings our conscious energy. You see, our subconscious mind is very powerful, and
Hmm.
that's available when we are relaxed. So if we go to sleep, then we are not really tapping that power. You see,
Hmm.
the real effect of meditation is when the brain frequency is in alpha state of mind, right? This alpha state can be measured now in laboratory, scientific laboratory. It is possible for us to put electrodes and measure brain frequency, and that is found at 7 to 14 cycles per second.
Oh.
When the brain frequency is 7 to 14 cycles per second, the person is really meditation. He is doing meditation. He or she is really in that particular state of mind where subconscious mind is available. And that subconscious mind is very powerful. So in meditation, we don't use conscious mind, and it is thoughtlessness. We have been thinking. The time we get up in the morning till evening, we keep on thinking. So
Yes.
we are not using the power of thinking. See, the mind has two powers: power of thinking, and which is the second power, the power of perception.
Perception.
The mantra is all about developing that power of perception. You see, so there are so many things science can reveal without microscope and telescope, and the person will be able to get that knowledge, and that
Hmm.
knowledge is there inside. You see, so that is how we find so many things were written thousands of years back when the science was not developed. So it is possible for us to really get that power, but one has to be totally relaxed. So when we go in sleep, the frequency drops down to 3 or 2, but it should remain in 7 to 14 cycles per second. Yeah. So this
Oh.
is the way we do the mantra, and we really get that therapeutic, effect of it.
So I think this is really valuable information for all of us, who always heard about, meditation and it's very powerful. But why not to sleep during meditation, and what impact it really has is something I only came to know today for the very first time. Otherwise for me it was like, okay, I at least went to sit for meditation and now I slept well. So that's not what the whole purpose of meditation is, and I think that's very useful. Also, Jyotindraji, I would like to ask you, like the entire world has been through a very difficult time right now because of COVID, and people have had a lot of fear and have had a lot of health issues. So is there any mantra that can, help people remain centered and, build their willpower and their health?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, as I was saying, for each goal, there are different willpower. And as you were saying today, we have faced a very challenging time. Last 2 years,
Yeah.
it is unprecedented, and a lot of people have gone in depression. Very
Mm.
learned and very experienced people, skillful people, they have gone to depression because they were not able to cope up with such a situation. So some reverses in life come. So your question is about willpower. So there are certain specific special words which can be used to increase willpower. There is a proper 11-step process. Okay, so that is what I was mentioning. To learn all this, we need to really go through all the 11 steps, and
Mm.
then it becomes effective. You see, just by doing a few minutes is not really going to work. By the way, that sleep thing which we mentioned, that reminds me of one example. You see, suppose there is a crow on the window, you know,
Hmm.
and is making noise. Nobody likes to hear that caw, caw, caw. And normally, the person will shoo away, go away. And, so if a person is holding a diamond in the hand, a diamond, and will the person throw diamond to shoo away the crow?
No.
If he or she does, will say, "Oh, stupid! You you
Right.
you can't use diamond to as a stone." That is what
Hmm.
the meditation is. The moral of this example is we should not use meditation to go to sleep. It
Hmm.
can generate so much of power, you see.
Yeah.
And then once the body learns the relaxation, the sleep is going to come. In fact, we will have quality sleep. I have seen people who are sleeping just 5 or 6 hours, and such a quality sleep, the whole day they are energetic,
Yeah.
and they have full power. So, sleep is just a byproduct. You will get a sound sleep by doing meditation, that is assured. But that should not be the purpose. The purpose should be even higher to
Hmm.
develop power. Now, you were talking about the health, what mantra is for what health. So, here I would like to put, I think we have 2 3 minutes, quickly mention about the health. You see, when we are talking about scientific meditation, we always determine the goal. What is it
Hmm.
that you want to achieve? Now, most people say, "Oh, I want to be healthy." Now, you see, health can be physical health. Okay, like the person wants to remove diabetes. You can reverse diabetes by doing meditation. I have done it with so many people. Or mental health. Okay, so like insomnia. Now, not
Hmm.
unable to sleep or unable to get sound sleep. So that is a mental health issue. Or more subtle is emotional health issues.
Hmm.
Emotional health issues can also be treated. For example, phobia. So
Hmm.
these are emotional health challenges, and with meditation, with help of mantra, by properly doing a guided meditation, one can achieve the health. So one must first define what kind of health we are talking about, and for each there will be a different mantra. Now, unfortunately, time is pressing.
Hmm.
I cannot talk about all the special words right now, but one-to-one viewers can contact me. My number I will be sharing so that you can contact me. Uh, yeah, here my WhatsApp number is there.
Yeah.
You can contact me anytime. And yes, Tina, it is so nice of you to come as a host and anchor today's scientific meditation health mitra channel. Yeah.
So Jojiti, as I always mention that there is always a divine intervention that ensures that you are in the right place at the right time. So I'm very happy that I'm a part of this session today because I've always heard about and I've always thought about meditation and believe in it. But today you helped me understand why it's so important and there is a science behind it and what not to do. It's very important when we're doing these practices for us to also know what not to do, and why it's not important, why not to sleep. And then there are so many different mantras for different things. And I definitely will be getting in touch with you because I think this is something that I can value from. And it's, there is so much of abundance that is available for all of us. And thankful to you that, through your Health Mitra channel and, you are helping all of us access this because otherwise we really don't know where to go. So thank you so much, and it was such a pleasure talking to you today.
I must thank you, Tina. Tina Rata's WhatsApp number is there also on ticker. She has a beautiful agro resort, Sadamahar, which I suggest people who are able to go and stay there. They can stay there, right,
Yes,
Tina?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's Sadamahar. So, agro resort. And thank you for coming and sparing your time today. And
Pleasure.
this particular broadcast is streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. So people can view from any, and this will be recorded and posted. So later also people can view and write their comment and feedback. Okay. Bye, Tina.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.